Welcome back to Bull Sessions here on 680 KFEQ. Got a question that you want Brad to answer on the show? Got an idea for the show? Email the guys at bull@willcross.net. Now, here's Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Here we are back again, Bradley, and we're learning on how to keep Bradley out of jail.
Well, that is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to give Obama any more money than I have to.
New president coming about, so...
Well, things are going to get better, hopefully.
They will.
But no matter what, you got to document and report all your spending and buying, and you got to get it on the right line and in the right order.
We do. And it's biblical. I'll talk to you about that later.
Oh, yes, you've got a Bible verse for us.
I do.
And if you're enjoying this and want to catch it again, check this out on YouTube. Go into YouTube and type in Will Cross Bull Sessions, and you can find this one. We'll probably call it something about taxes with Stephen Luke. And
good title.
You can see us there. And we've got our Focus on the Farmer.
Focus on the Farmer is ready to go. It's on the Very Cool Family. Cool.
Did
you get that?
Yes, I've been to Cool's.
Richard Cool is his name.
And he is up there at Henderson, Iowa.
Henderson, Iowa. He farms quite a bit of land. He's a seed production grower for us, for Will Cross Seed. He used to be a dealer. Got busy. Family expanded a little bit, but his wife, Diane, and Sarah, his daughter, son-in-law of Peyton, and he's got a new granddaughter named Sadie.
Oh.
And you know how we like the family farm.
Yes, we do like family farmers.
And that's what they do.
And it is a pleasure whenever I've gone up to see Richard or to take something up there or to go check on a bin sample or something or look at a field of beans.
Yeah.
It is open 24/7.
Yes.
During planting.
That's what he told me that one year.
You know, he is always fun to talk to and enthusiastic.
Yes.
And we really like Richard. And if you've got somebody you really like and you want to lift up and for us to focus on, send us an email at bull@willcross.net.
Yep.
Or you can stop by the office there north of town. You can find Randy either at the coffee pot or behind the bulletproof glass in his office.
I'll be there somewhere. Maybe hiding from Bradley.
Hiding from me. Or you can give us a call at 660-535-4.
That's it. Now then, I think we got some more questions for Stephen.
Yes.
And he's sitting here close by, and we want to talk more about taxes and planning and all of that to help keep us out of trouble. Stephen, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. We were going in deep in some of this, and you mentioned something about breeding stock cattle and non-breeding stock cattle, and we've got to keep all that straight when we sell them or buy them. Can you explain more? Why does that matter? They're cows.
Well, it matters that you differentiate between breeding stock and what I call ordinary income livestock, which is calves or hogs, is because they get different tax treatments. Okay. Breeding stock is basically treated the same as the sale of equipment. Therefore, if you're a sole proprietor, breeding stock is not subject to Social Security tax.
Oh.
Whereas the sale of calves and hogs are considered trade or business income, therefore they're subject to Social Security tax when you sell them. So it's important when you're selling your livestock that you split out the breeding stock from what I call the ordinary income livestock.
So like on our ticket from the sale barn where it says cow or calf or bull, that would separate, we want to make sure that all those are separated when we put them in the computer.
Exactly.
Okay, I need to make sure we do that.
That's
I'm
very
going to make
important.
me a note here.
It's extremely important. Did you do that when you sold your cows here a while back?
Mom puts it in the computer.
Okay. What other things like that? Steve, Brad's writing. He's taking
I'm
notes.
writing
He just kind
that
of
note down.
left you hanging there.
While we're on the topic of cattle and livestock, one time you told me a very good quote, and I wanted to bring that up. It was, pigs stay on the farm and hogs go to slaughter.
Okay.
And I thought that was just a really good quote that was a neat, things about taxes that we all want to save as much money as we can, but we don't want to overdo it. But, Steve, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're talking about getting ready, and some people, I'm a big fan of QuickBooks and filling out that register and putting stuff in there, and then we can send you the file or print it out or whatnot. What about people that their policy is a shoebox? What do accountants feel like when they get a shoebox or if they're a bigger operator, maybe a copy paper box of receipts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, any accountant will be happy to take care of your shoebox for you, your shoebox full of receipts. But we are going to charge you handsomely to sort through that,
I knew there was
receipts,
a
you're not going
somewhere.
to get your standard preparation fee for that.
That is extra.
Sure.
Oh, yes, that is extra.
So instead of maybe sitting at the coffee shop and shooting the bull, maybe they should stay at home on Saturday mornings and listen to bull sessions and start sorting their receipts and say, okay,
yes,
this was repairs.
Keep their books.
Keep
and that's one of those things, there are a lot of good software programs out there.
Mm-hmm.
QuickBooks is kind of the most popular, to keep your books on. But you really don't have to have a computer to keep a good set of books. A good ledger book will work fine just as long as you take the time to sit down and fill it out correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
you don't have to have a big fancy computer system. I mean, I still have some clients that do it the old way and have the big old 14-column ledger book, and that's the way they've always done it. And, their books are works of art. I can work through them just fine. I have some people that, quite frankly, you give them a computer and a QuickBooks program to do their books on, and all it allows them to do is screw up twice as much in half the time.
That'd be me.
So it's not a case that you have to have a computer to do it.
You just have to have a system.
It's just you've got to take the time and the effort to take care of your books. And I usually recommend, do it once a month. When your bank statement comes in at the end of the month, sit down, punch your bank statement in, record it in your ledger. Don't wait till the end of the year when you've got to work through all 12 months.
Did you hear that,
because
Bradley?
if you do it monthly, everything you did that month is fresh in your head.
Maybe you could do it over the holidays so you could avoid different holiday events, and you could just go and work on your taxes then.
There you go. Sorry, honey, can't go shopping. I got to do the book.
I got to get her stuff, our taxes wrote down. My father used to have notebook, like a one subject notebook, and would make his list and write down each receipt in a list. Mm-hmm. Every time he sold cattle, he had a page that was cattle sold, and he'd write that down. It was my mother hated it, but that was his system of writing it down.
Worked.
And it was simple.
It was simple, and it worked. And that's the most important thing. If it's simple, if it works, and if it's understandable, if I can understand it when you bring it to me, that's the most important thing.
Simplicity is still a good thing.
Exactly.
Okay, and I found this one little fact, and it said the incorrect reporting of farm income and expenses accounts for part of the estimated $345 billion per year in unpaid taxes, according to IRS estimates. And this was back in June of 2007, so I'm sure it's gone up.
Wow. That is not reported? Is that what you said?
It said of
Incorrect reporting.
Incorrect reporting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big number.
That can range anywhere from not reporting income to deducting personal expenses as business expenses.
All right.
Wow.
Well, this has been really educational for hopefully everybody, Stephen. I strongly believe this is something that every farmer should at least think about before December 31st. You know, if you're shopping for something, if you have to shop for seed, I will give everybody's Andrew's personal cell phone number, and they can call him at 11:59 and get that deal done.
No, Bradley.
Get that last minute deduction. But we greatly appreciate your time and explaining some things to us, and we just can't say thank you enough, Stephen.
Well, thank you for having me on.
You bet. We'll do it again one of these days, okay?
You bet.
All right. Thank you. We'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. Well, Bradley, informative.
Well, it's good. I mean, if you're sitting there with a bunch of income and think, oh, I should have spent that. I was going to wait till January 1 and spend it, or, oh, maybe I should defer that. I'm going to sell these beans because the price is good, and I'm going to go ahead and sell that load of corn, and, oh, maybe this little defer payment would have helped, you know? Anything like that, and to be organized and at least kind of know where you're at.
Yeah. We need to.
Then you can make a good judgment call.
It's just another puzzle in this, or piece of the puzzle we're trying to put together here. And I told you I had a Bible scripture on that, on taxes. Okay.
You do.
It's a little bit lengthy, but I want you to pay attention.
Okay. I won't go to sleep.
It's Romans 13, 1 through 7. Let every soul be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and the authorities that exist are appointed by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resists the ordinance of God, and those who resist will bring judgment on themselves. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. Do you want to be unafraid of the authority? Do what is good, and you will have praise for the same. For he is God's minister to you for good. But if you do evil, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain. For he is God's minister, an avenger to execute wrath on him who practices evil. Therefore you must be subject, not only because of wrath, but also for conscience sake. For because of this you also pay taxes, for they are God's ministers, attending continually to this very thing. Render therefore to all their due. Taxes to whom taxes are due, customs to whom customs, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. And we will see you next week on another edition of Bull Sessions on 680 KFEQ.
Thanks for joining us for Bull Sessions, brought to you by Willcross Seed. Randy and Brad will be back next Saturday morning, tackling more topics from farming to livestock, soil to seed, farm equipment to rural life. So be sure to join us next Saturday morning, same time for Bull Sessions, right here on 680 KFEQ.